Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister, and this is the translation of that message that she sent to me. The translation reads like this: Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I have something that I want to share with you. For many years, I have been working as a satanic agent. So I went to Girls' Eye. Whilst I was there, that was when I started dating another man. But to be honest with you, this man, when I started dating him, he then told me that he also wanted me to be involved in a relationship with his wife. So I had never heard about this thing of woman and another woman having sexual intercourse with each other. So I first refused, but then they offered me money. After they had offered me money, then I agreed. I still remember the day that we met. We went to this other very expensive hotel, and when we went to that hotel, I then found out that the wife was there. Then the man that I was dating, he then left me with his wife. Throughout the night, I was with that woman as she was having a way with my body. It really felt weird, and I did not like it. It was so nasty. When the morning came, then the woman went away and the man returned back. Then when the man returned back, that was when he told me that I had passed the exam. And when I said, what kind of an exam was this? And he told me that I had been under the radar of some satanic agents for a very long time. According to him, it was like, ever since you started high school, that was when we started watching you, because of the way that you are beautiful. Like, I have this really beautiful eyes. That was what he was telling me. So they had been watching me until he came and proposed love to me, and then I agreed. And when I agreed to sleep with his wife, that was when he told me that if I could do that, then it meant I could do anything. Then I was initiated into Satanism. It took almost 6 months when I was being initiated and into witchcraft and Satanism. Then I started working as a satanic agent. I then went to a college. Then I was training to be a caregiver, and me right now, I work as a satanic agent hidden in plain sight as a caregiver at a daycare center, which is here in Harare. So the place where I am working, it is like where most of the rich people that are in Harare or in our country take their kids at this daycare center. That is where I am stationed. It is a place where parents, they come with their most precious gifts, their children, and they trust their gift and they entrust their children with us each and every day. But behind everything, there is a darkness that most of them will ever suspect. I was recruited into this satanic order that deals with these kids, and through these kids, we are able to enter into the homes of the Christians. So I was seduced by the promises of being given a lot of money, and I was trained to infiltrate places where I could have access to children, the most vulnerable souls. Our goal is simple: to corrupt as many innocent minds as possible, to draw them away from the light of God and into darkness. So these rich kids, when we are dealing with them, it is such that when they return back to their parents, like in most Pentecostal churches, those people that have a bigger voice, they are those that have money. So these kids, they are always treated nice when they are in Sunday school. So through them, we are able again to infiltrate the church and other kids that they'll be associating with. So one of the most tools that we are now using, it is video games, specifically violent and graphic ones. These games, they are not just for entertainment. They are gateways, portals that open children's minds to dark influences. When kids are being violent during these games, when they are busy shooting at others in these violent video games, the bloodshed, the crime, it is all to desensitize them to pain and suffering. It all serves as a purpose to weaken their spiritual defenses, making them more easy when we want to attack them spiritually. Gone are the days when we used to say, children, they are innocent, they do not know anything. Because of these games that we make them to play, this makes these children to fall even into sin from a very young age. At the daycare center, we encourage children to play these games during breaks. It seems as if it is harmless, just a way to keep them entertained whilst their parents are at work. And there are cartoons, even though I cannot be able to tell you some of the names of these cartoons, but very soon a lot of these kids, they will be addicted to these cartoons. The more that they watch them, the more that they are desensitized to some type of sins, so much that when they grow up, they will fall straight into that sin. What the parents do not know is that these games, they are opening their children up to spiritual manipulation, the violence in the games, the themes of power and domination, and all of this occultic stuff that happens. If you can check, most of the games, they always have a occultic theme. So these are not just random, they are carefully designed to plant seeds of darkness in young minds. We target Christian and non-Christian, but those that are unlucky, the non-Christian children, we target them most aggressively, since they lack the spiritual protection. Because those kids that have their parents that are Christians, those that pray, when we try to attack them spiritually, then it is a little bit hard than these children who have their parents that are non-Christian. They do not have the spiritual protection that comes from a relationship with Christ. For those children, the games are just the beginning. We send spiritual attacks, nightmares, feeling of fear and anxiety, so much that most of these kids, they will be put on medication, anxiety medication. Once they are on that anxiety medication, then this will bring in a whole lot of different curses and demons into their life, and strange and unexplainable illnesses. These are all meant to weaken them further, to push them and their families away from any thought of God. I am confessing this because I have been doing this for a very long time. I have seen the effects of my work. Children who have become aggressive, children who are always having panic attacks, and I have seen their spirits being lost. I have watched as families that are unaware of the spiritual battle that will be going around them, falling apart under the weight of these attacks, and I know that I have played a part in it. So I just want to send this warning to other parents. Parents, you must protect your children. Be mindful of what you expose your kids to, especially when it comes to video games and other forms of entertainment. Monitor what they watch, what they play, and who they spend time with. The spiritual realm, I want to tell you that it is very real, and the enemy is always looking for a way to infiltrate your home and your children's lives. You need to pray, even though we are always fighting against those that pray. Pray for your own kids, because there is a battle that is taking place. I know that I can never undo the harm that I have caused, but I hope that by speaking out, I can prevent others from falling into the same trap. This world is full of darkness, but I believe that the light is going to win, even though it is very hard for me to step away from this path that I am walking on, for it is a dark path, a trap that I have fallen into. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. That was the translation of the message that she sent to me. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.